everybody, and welcome to another episode of Sofia, Faris,
and Farhan's Garage.
Our Twill, our Wolves. Let's get started. Today we're going to talk about our 1989 20th anniversary Trans Am. This was the fastest car in 1989.
Yes, it was. It was the fastest car, American-made, fastest production car in 1989.
And it used this turbo because it's a turbo. Right here.
Yep, it is a turbo, and what's really cool about this car is not only was it the fastest production car in 1989, it had the highest top speed. It was one of the fastest American-made cars, 0 to 60, and it was also one of the fastest cars in the quarter mile. So it was very, very fast. The only car that was faster was the ZR1, but the Corvette ZR1 wasn't a production car in 1989. It was still considered a prototype. Production means you could go and you could buy it from the dealer. You couldn't go and buy the Corvette ZR1 from the dealer. Also, what's really cool about this car is the engine. This car actually has a Buick engine. So when this car came out, it was very unique. It was a very unique Trans Am because Pontiac took the GTA. They took a Pontiac Trans Am, a regular GTA Trans Am. They took 1,500 of them and they modified them and put a Buick engine in the car. So I'm gonna pop the hood and I'm gonna show everyone what it looks like underneath. This car only has 26,000 miles. You guys need some help?
Whoa.
So this here is a Buick engine, and Pontiac actually modified a little bit. So they took a Buick engine for the 20th anniversary of the Trans Am. The Trans Am came out in 1969. So this was the 20th birthday of the Trans Am. And Pontiac made a very, very special car by putting a Buick GNX motor, which before this car was one of the fastest American cars in the 1980s, the 87 GNX. They took that motor, they put it in here, they slightly modified it. They put that transmission in here out of a Buick. But then they had a rear end from an Australian Holden. So it was a very, very special car with a lot of modified parts that made it go really, really fast. What was also really cool about this car is this was the first car that could go on the track. It went on the Indy 500. Can you show them the Indy 500 badges real quick? If you look right here, this was the pace car that paced the Indy 500, and this car was so fast that they didn't have to modify it. They just took it straight to the Indy 500, put some lights on. This was the first production car to go unmodified on the Indy 500. So it's a very cool and a very, very special car. We're gonna close the hood.
Except we're going to sell
really
it.
slowly.
Except we're going to sell it.